Hello, welcome to Adventures in Dolls, the United Federation of Doll Clubs YouTube channel. My name is Karen Allen, and I am here to welcome you. Today, our program is on Kurhn dolls, aka the Barbie of China. The presenter is our friend, Ashley Ciro. She is an active member of UFDC. She's written several articles on dolls for publication, including in UFDC's quarterly magazine Doll News, which, by the way, you can get for free if you become a UFDC member. She also writes a blog, Confessions of a Doll Collector's Daughter. She is a new mom, and she has her own YouTube channel, Cupie83, which you absolutely must visit. Remember, if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Remember to like, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe. Remember, there are no fees involved in subscribing. It simply boosts our rating with YouTube, and we appreciate your help with that. So when you tune in, if you like and subscribe, then you won't miss your next adventure in dolls.
Hi everyone, I want to welcome you to my presentation today. This one's on Kurhn dolls. Kurhn dolls are some of my favorite dolls, but they are so underappreciated here because no one knows who they are or what they are, so I would like to introduce you to them. Kurhn dolls are basically the Barbie of the Chinese market. They are adorable, so well made, and just one of my favorite things. Who am I? I am a YouTuber. I have an Instagram, a Facebook account as well. I am a doll and toy reviewer under Cupie83. I've been reviewing dolls and toys for over 10 years now, which is insane that it's been that long, but I love doing it. I love connecting with other collectors and other lovers of dolls. I am a UFDC member at large, and it's been great experiencing what the UFDC has to offer, especially for those of us who are not in clubs. So these links, I believe I share them at the end of the video, but if you'd like, you can take a screenshot of it here, or just rewind the video when you're done, and you'll have all of my usernames and handles. So this is a picture of my blog, Confessions of a Doll Collector's Daughter, dollyconfessions.com. Also, my YouTube channel is right there too. So the history of Kurhn dolls is one that I did not know before starting this presentation. One quick disclaimer, I do not speak Chinese, so I may mispronounce some things, so I apologize. I will do my best. So we want to talk about the company behind Kurhn dolls, which is Guangdong Kurhn Toys. They were formed in 2004. They're a modern yet well-established doll line. They employ over 300 people in 2 factories, and they created They create Chinese branded and owned toys that have an authentic look and feel to them, which is great because they make dolls that are, they have a Chinese feel to them, which is one of the things I love about the line. They also work with big brands. You'll see some of that in the licensed Kurhn dolls that we will get to in a bit. In the next few slides, I just want to show you some of the pictures of their office, just again to establish that this is a company that is more than just a cheap knockoff brand. So this is a picture of one of their offices. You'll see all their dolls over in the corner there. Just looks like a really nice office. And then the next picture we're going to see is another view. You'll see some of their Kurhns in the corner, which we will see in closer detail soon. And then again, we see their shop. I would love to go to their shop. It just looks so well stocked. Kurhn dolls were designed with the Chinese market in mind, and they were the first doll to be owned, developed, produced, and sold by a local Chinese enterprise. they're loved in China. They are like Barbie here stateside, and there are many stateside fans and collectors worldwide that appreciate Kurhn for what they are. In China, they're praised as the top local Chinese fashion doll. You can see the Chinese influence in the styling of the hair, the face, the outfits, which you will see in a moment. And with the line, with the doll line, the company is trying to inspire confidence, optimism, and cuteness, which is a quote from their website here. The actual quote is, "With the image of youth, cuteness, and sunshine and intelligence, Kurhn is a consistent pursuit for girls of confidence, optimism, and good taste." And I love the aesthetics of this line, which is why I'm excited to show them to you. So you'll see, again, just a little bit more evidence to show you that this is not just some rip-off doll brand. Their total annual revenue was over 100 million. I'm sorry, I don't know what exact year that was, but at one point it was over 100 million USD. And you'll see their sales, 45% domestic Chinese sales, 25% Eastern European, 9% Eastern Asia, and 7% North American. I buy a lot of my dolls from China, so I'm sure that 7% is actually larger. It's just there's not a lot of people that distribute them here in the States. So these pictures that you'll see on this slide are actually from toy stores. So if you picture, say, an old school Toys R Us and the Barbie aisles back in the day, this would be, you know, this is their representation of it at their toy stores with the Kurhn dolls. And again, this is another thing I would love to see in person. So much variety. And I hope you do fall in love with this line after this presentation. The beauty of Kurhn. This is where we're going to actually start looking at some of the dolls. So let's look at a few of the themes that you will see if you do become a collector of this line, or if you're looking at it online. There are quite a few. So wedding dolls are huge for the company. They make a lot of wedding dolls. Because I don't know Chinese, the specific names of these are lost on me. So a lot of times I'll be like, oh, that one in the purple dress is so pretty, and or the one with the like orange, the ginger hair is so nice. So they are lost on me. They most likely have official names to go with them, and you might see those on websites. Many times you'll see the dolls have different elegant hairstyles, various dress styles, unique makeup. They do modern, they do old school, they do traditional, they do historical. There's so much variety in what they do because they try to cover the whole market. So you'll see here we have two really modern brides. We have one in a really lovely purple dress, and then one in a more traditional white gown. Their hair does tend to be like darker shades, browns, gingers. You will see some blondes as well. And you'll also notice their faces are different as you go through this. So here's more of the bride dolls. Notice the details on the blue wedding dress and the elegantly done hair on the ginger doll on the right. I love all these tiny details. Kurhn has honestly, some of the best styled hair I've ever seen on doll lines. They blow Mattel out of the water in regards to creating well-crafted hairstyles. If there's curls, the curls look proportionate to the doll's face. Also, there's a lot of intricate little details that they do, as you see with this ginger girl here on the slide. Her braid is so delicately done, and you would never see that on a Barbie doll. Here we have more of the wedding dolls, more traditional white dress, and then we have a more avant-garde look here. I love this little hat the girl with the blue dress wears. It's just so cool and different, very avant-garde. More wedding dolls. We have the more historical line here, and then we have a more modern bride. There are some males in the line, so if you are a collector of boy dolls, there are some you can collect for Kurhn. They're not as detailed or as exciting, but you should definitely add them to your collection. The traditional bride and groom are really fun. I have the traditional groom, or the more modern groom. that you see here. I love him. He looks like he's like stepped out of a K-pop group. So he's no longer wearing his tuxedo because I did not buy the bride, but I love the male doll in that line. But also, I just want to point out the pretty face on the historical girl and her hair, like the cute little bit of hair that just hangs on the side, and the detail with the, like, it almost looks like a water, some sort of flower you would see in the water. It's just so beautiful. These are some of the dolls in my collection that fall under the wedding theme. The Peach Bride is my favorite, one of my favorite Kurhns of all time. I love her big brown eyes. They're just so pretty. I love her hair. I love her dress. Everything about her is divine. This is the male doll. He is wearing a Ken outfit. He does not have rooted hair like the historical male or the other girls on the line, but just for scale purposes, you'll see he fits the Ken outfit pretty nicely. So now we're moving on to the second of the themes that you'll see in this. These are the Chinese influenced fashion dolls. So there's a lot of culture that you will see in these dolls. And you see some of that in this slide. So Kurhn fashions may vary from normal everyday looks to those inspired by fashions from Chinese history to more avant-garde over-the-top looks. And the quality, for me, is far better than what Mattel has put out in the past decade, honestly. You could tell that thought was put into the looks, the fabric, the styles. You can tell that they actually cared to put out a good product. So let's go ahead. Some of the ones on this slide, by the way, are my favorites. So we have some Chinese influenced ones here. A lot of the ones that fall under this theme have very flowy outfits. You'll also want to notice the face details. Especially in this slide here, you'll see the very big brown eyes on the girl with the peach outfit. And then if you look at the girl in the red, it's like slimmer sort of eyes, more almond shaped. I think that's a very pretty face. And if you want to also take note of her hair. Just again, very nice, lots of braids that are done so well. More Chinese influence. We have a girl in more winter themed look. Again, fun little braid. And then we have this gorgeous girl in the red outfit. One of my favorites. I don't own it. I really wish I did. But look at her hair. And I also want to point out, none of this is sprayed down. It's not helmet hair. They don't use a lot of hairspray. They just put thought into how it would look and how it could be presented the best. And I love the outfit on the red girl. More Chinese influenced fashions you will see here. We have two really interesting, more maybe historical fashions. Again, I love the hair, I love the eyes. She has a more cartoony look to her eyes. But I love all the versions of Kurhn. And then we have more historical influence dolls. We have the girl in the red who kind of looks like, you know, a young adult sort of girl, who maybe comes from royalty. She is a Hanfu bride, I believe it says. I love her face. It's just the prettiest face. I love her hair. I love that she looks younger. And then we have a more modern take on her here, or a more modern take on Kurhn, another traditionally influenced sort of design with the more mature doll that you see on this slide as well. I love the blues and the pinks in her dress, but I think her face is what really makes me happy. It just makes me happy. You will notice on a lot of these faces that you won't see makeup caked on there. It's branded dolls. So these are some of the dolls in my collection that fall under the more traditional Chinese aesthetic. This is Mulan. I love it. She's one of the more recent dolls in my collection, and I think she has the best eyes. And I just love how they did all of this. But specifically her face. I love the big red lips, which is actually very bold. You won't always see Kurhns with big red lips, but you'll also notice that they did more dainty makeup on her eyes. And also her hair, so you can see some of the details, how they did the bun that goes on top of her head. This is also one of my favorites and one of my more recent ones. I love her expression. I love, love, love her expression. She has the best hair, but specifically, I love the side glancing eyes. She has a very pensive look, I guess would be a good word, but I love it. She's one of my favorites. We have some of the, I believe these were supposed to be themed around like fairies and things. So we have some of these. They all have very elegant flowy gowns. Sometimes they will be more basic. So you'll see that there with these guys. But I also show you some pictures of how their hair is done and how it's just very, very nicely thought out. This is one of my mom's dolls that I bought her for Christmas, I want to say. Just so pretty, so very pretty. And you'll see the details on her forehead, and you'll see the details in her hair and her eyes. Oh, this doll is very pretty, and I wish I had one of them in my collection. Modern fashions. So Kurhn also does more modern, current day trends with their fashions. These are just two girls that you'll see. As I said, they do vary with hair color. There are lots of browns, but you will occasionally see a blonde. Also eye color, you'll see a lot of brown-eyed girls, but you'll also see blue-eyed, or in this case, purple-eyed girls. I think it's important here to talk about their bodies, because there are varying bodies that you'll get. And sometimes you'll see a promotional photo where a doll is on one body, but it'll actually arrive in another body. So just to add to the confusion. So a lot of the more modern dolls or more recent dolls are on articulated bodies. So they'll have wrist joints and elbow joints and knee joints, what you would expect. And then some even have hands that you can change out. I prefer the bodies they were doing before that, where they had shoulder and hip joints that moved, but the rest of their body was very sturdy vinyl. I personally still prefer dolls on that body, so I'm hoping that they never stop doing them, but they have more, I don't know, weight to them. Like if you think about if you're holding a Barbie doll from the 90s or before, and there's weight to the vinyl, versus holding a Barbie doll that you would buy today, where it's just as light as a feather. That's kind of how the Kurhn body, to me, is when you think about the articulated body versus the more vinyl one. But that being said, both bodies are very good. Some dolls also, since we're pointing out differences that you may see, some dolls will have inset eyes, others will not. Truthfully, they are not my favorite looking dolls. I love inset eyes in most, but for Kurhn, I like the painted eyes. So we have some more modern fashions here. This Kurhn doll with the lighter hair and this purpley dress is just gorgeous. But one of my absolute favorites, and I don't own her, which is so sad, is this doll in the white dress with the blue details and the very elegant hair. She has such a clean face. I love her face, and I love all her details, and I really need to add her to my wish list or spend some Christmas money on her because, I love her. She's so pretty. And just look at that face. It's just so well done. And the fashion as well. More modern dolls. I love this doll with the bunny toy. She's just fun and funky. Also, the doll in the center is one of their anniversary dolls, and I believe the doll on the right is one as well, with the blue dress. So every year that they've been out, they've launched and they've released an anniversary doll. Usually they'll have the nice little bobbed hair, which you see here, and they'll have a fun little outfit. They're usually more basic, but they're a nice way to get into the line. So here are some of my modern dolls. So we have this girl in the brown who is, I want to say it was created as part of a set that was supposed to celebrate the military, some anniversary for the military in China. I thought the outfit was super cool. I thought the doll was pretty. I loved her face. So I picked her up. We also have this doll in the stripes and the polka dots. Again, just another pretty doll, and you'll see the difference in the eyes here. Like the one with the polka dots and the stripes has very accented eyelashes, and the one with the one high ponytail doesn't have eyelashes at all. So another one, these dolls are both in red. One is an anniversary doll with the bob, and then again you'll notice the other one with a very fancy, flower inspired dress, I guess, with very big hair. Another Kurhn there. She has those larger eyes that we saw on the girl in the previous slide. This is one of my favorite dolls. I have a side collection of airline dolls, and this doll was one of the reasons I do. So this is the Hainan Airlines doll. It is modeled after what the stewardesses or the flight attendants wear when you fly through Hainan Airlines. There are two versions of this doll. I only own this version. I think I'm gonna buy the second version for myself because I would like to have both. So this doll is made to have more of a mature look than some of the younger Kurhn dolls you have seen. And she came with two outfits. She came with a cape as well. These are two of the more younger versions of Kurhn than what you just saw. They're also two of the older ones I have. The doll with the white top and the red shorts is actually the first Kurhn I ever bought. I just loved her eyes. I just loved it. I loved her eyes, I loved her hairstyle, I loved everything. And then we have a more holiday themed Kurhn doll here, which I picked up a couple of years ago. She has a lot more makeup than you might see on some Kurhn dolls, but I like to imagine she's going out for Christmas and, they're just gonna hang out by the, Christmas tree in their town and have fun. This one is one of my absolute favorites. I love the skirt. Her face is gorgeous and her hair is so well done. I saw her at a doll show and there were two Kurhns at the booth and someone was looking at the other one who she had it in her hand, and this one she hadn't touched yet, so I was like, I went up and I just like grabbed it and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Because she had not called dibs on it yet, so I was like, this is mine. I love it though. She's one of my favorites. So if you remember in the start of this presentation, I said Kurhn as a company worked with other licensees to bring that into their doll line. So they do have a deal with Disney to create dolls around Mickey and Minnie. Some are very basic, some are fancy, some are exclusive to Disney parks. But there's something to look for if you are into Disney memorabilia, if you're a Disneyana fan, or if you like someone, or if you know someone who likes unique Disney products. So here are two of them, one more basic and one more extravagant. And some designs are very in your face with the theme, and some of them are actually a little more delicate, so you have to really look at the design to know it's themed around Disney. So these are two where you can definitely tell that they're Disney themed. I love the one with the red outfit, and then the one in the pink outfit definitely reminds me of like a Southern Belle, like someone out of a Disney themed Gone with the Wind party or something. It's just very big and bold, but the one with the red dress, I think it's very, very well done. We also have these two, again, one more modern with just the hair down. Well, they both have their hair down, but just very normal, natural looks. And I like the variety in the colors. They don't always use pink or red for Mickey and Minnie. Sometimes they branch out, as you see with the peach. We have these dolls who, the one with the green skirt and the mini fan, that's actually a Shanghai Disney Resort Kurhn doll. It's exclusive to Shanghai Disney Resort. If you have one and if you're at the Shanghai Disney Resort and you can help me get one, I would appreciate it. Because I would really, really, really like this in my collection. But I don't think I'll be going to Shanghai Disney for a while or ever. So if you can help me find one, let me know. The second one here is a Kurhn 2 set where it's Kurhn and another doll, and they are all decked out in mini themed outfits. So here are the Disney themed Kurhns in my collection. So you'll see this girl here in pink. She's very much an understated Disney doll. If she didn't have her purse, you might not even know she was a Disney doll. And then we have the girl with the red, who again, if you didn't know those were Disney bows, you may not know she was Disney themed. We have these two that are more basic. And a lot of these sets will come with, you'll see gift sets where you'll see the doll with extra outfits and that sort of thing. So some of these are definitely perfect for redressing. So we've gone through some of the different categories of Kurhn dolls. You'll see I've talked about how really nice their eyes are, how their fashions are put together very well, and they're just very thoughtfully put together. Now, hopefully, you've caught the Kurhn bug. And the next question I imagine you'd be asking is, where do we find these dolls? Well, let's get to that. There are a couple different ways you can buy them. The AliExpress official Kurhn store is where I buy mine. So you will see the link right there. So definitely check that out. Or if you're on AliExpress, just type in Kurhn doll and you will see the official Kurhn store, as well as a bunch of other people that sell them. China Sprout is great if you don't trust AliExpress, or if you would prefer to shop a US-based company. China Sprout is based in Long Island, New York, and it's a Chinese culture store. The downside of China Sprout is that their selection of Kurhn dolls is very, very, very limited. You have much more variety if you shop directly from the Chinese vendors. If you are based in Australia, Red Q Panda does sell Kurhn dolls. You will see that on the screen there. And if you are going to Epcot and you are visiting China in the World Showcase there, you will see Kurhn dolls in the China Pavilion shop, Good Fortune Gifts. Now, it's wonderful to see them there, and I definitely have bought a few dolls on my trips to Epcot, but here's two downsides of buying them there. First, you won't see any Disney collaborations because they don't sell them at Epcot, because they don't have the rights or the permissions to sell them in the United States, probably. So you won't see any Disney collabs at Epcot. Second, their prices are very, very high, so you will actually, even with shipping, spend less on your Kurhns if you do it from, say, AliExpress than if you buy them at Epcot. That being said, I can never stop myself from buying them at Epcot, even if it's the most basic doll. So that's it. That is a bit about one of my favorite brands, the Kurhn doll line. I want to thank you all for listening. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment area. And definitely connect with me online on YouTube. I'm under QP83. Dolly Confessions on Facebook and on Instagram at QP83. You will also find my mom's channel, Barbie0913, on YouTube as well. And she's in this screenshot here. And if you forget, both of our usernames are in this graphic. And you can always check out my blog too. So if you have any questions, like I said, leave them in the comments. And I'm very happy I could present this here for the UFDC YouTube channel. Bye.
Hello and welcome back. We hope you enjoyed Ashley's program on Kurhn dolls, the Barbie of China. It was an excellent program. Ashley, thank you so much for all of your technical support, as well as your production assistance and your participation in programs and articles for UFDC. We appreciate you very much. Before I go, I ask all of our viewers to become a member of UFDC today. Simply click on that link at the bottom of the page. It will take you directly to the website, and you can fill out the form and become a member and get your Doll News magazines. And when you do that, be sure to tell them Karen sent you.